Good morning, Team America. Good morning, America. All the patriots that are out there defending our country. This is for the workforce people and everybody who's out there doing what's best for our nation. Let's have a nice hot sip of our coffee this morning. Oh yeah. One more. Even got a burp out of that one. It's pumpkin spice with pound bread and southern pecan. It's really good stuff, and it's the beans, not the syrupy creamer. Anyway, but things are looking good. If you haven't done yet, you got to get out there and do your God-given duty and vote whoever you want to be in the White House in the next 4 years. And I can tell you right now, vote for the winning team. Go red. Anyway, but some very interesting things that are coming out of Florida. So something that I didn't know. Apparently, when the Democrats were pushing for prisoners, felons, to vote, I thought they meant while they were in prison. And no, that what they're trying to say is that there are some states that don't allow prisoners, once they've done their time and got out and are still registered felons, that they're not allowed to vote. And I think, well, if they did their time, whether they're a felon or not, they should be allowed to vote. But that's just me. I'm not a felon of any kind, but I figured if I did my time, hey man, I did my nickel, right? But whether they want to let them do that or not, it's up to them. But yeah, but if you're in prison, you're cut off, buddy. All your freedoms are over. But anyway, but I hope they figure that out. Another big statistical thing that just came out is that the United States for 2020, just 2020 alone, we're not even done with the year yet, has already reached over, take a deep breath, is reaching close to 1 million abortions. We've already reached the 1 million mark. I'm like, oh my God. And the average ages are between 14 and 22. That's a high percentage. That means a lot of our youth are spending more time getting the funk on and instead of paying attention in school. But what's even more staggering than that is that a lot of these abortions are coming through Planned Parenthood, and a lot of these abortions are African Americans. And that is stunning. That is very stunning. And who's been funding Planned Parenthood? The Democrats. But weird. It's weird that people are going to let that continue to happen. And all these kids, all these babies unborn, some being born. Oh, man, someone's got to give. It's just it's kind of horrible to think about that. I have 3 sons and they're important to me, but for some people, oh, it's still a fetus. Anyway, and then when they get shot and the baby gets killed, I was pregnant, my baby was inside me. But something's got to give way eventually, right? Something's got to give way, and I think that I think common sense is starting to land into people's heads, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it is. There's really not much going on in my life with the exception of the accident that I crushed my sternum. I'm still having a little problem breathing in and out, coughing and hacking every once in a while, but it's because my lungs, I'm trying to train them not to get pneumonia. So it's been kind of a fight, a struggle, but I'll get over it. It just takes a little while to do so. But hey, we're only 3 or 4 days away now. Happy Halloween to all the people out there that love Halloween. It's one of the best holidays here in the U.S. And those people that don't believe in Halloween, well, happy Friday to you. And all you Wiccans that get offended when they see someone dressed like a witch. Oh my God. Grow the fuck up, right? That's why I don't live in Seattle, Washington. A lot of Wiccans up there. A lot of crybabies up there too. Funny how that works out. But yeah, but so yesterday I did a video on the moon landing, the fakery of the moon landing, and yeah, I got some responses back. Not so much on Facebook, but on YouTube. So if you read it, one of them, you know, it's the one that I always hear, and it's the funniest thing you always hear. You know, well, it all depends on how much you're exposed to it. So if you're going fast enough through it, the exposure ain't as bad. That's like saying, okay, during a thunderstorm, so long as you run as fast as you can, you won't get as wet if you're walking through it. Think about that one before you try to defend yourself, because radiation is some really nasty stuff. There's a movie on HBO, it's a series called Chernobyl. If you haven't seen it, you really should. Okay, people, an entire city, which was 150 miles away, 150 miles away, when the reactor first exploded, as I said, the burst happened. They were all looking out and saw the flash of light. And they're all like, what was that? I wonder what that could have been. In just that flash alone, that entire city was contaminated. Everyone died. Over 250,000 people. I think it's like 280,000 people died instantaneously over the course of 3 or 4 days because the radiation from the initial burst of the explosion, which sent blue light everywhere, contaminated everybody. Now that's here on Earth. That's here on Earth in gravity. You know, there's gravity in the atmosphere, in space. When the sun releases a burst of radiation into space, it goes in all directions. It goes in all directions. And, you know, solar flares and all that bullshit, it's radiation being sent out into space in massive waves. And there is record that when the astronauts were the first time going to the moon, that there was a giant solar flare that had been detected. They would have been wiped out. They would have been wiped out. If you watch the movie Chernobyl, the series, it's a really good show because it shows you that debris that was exposed to the core was just as badly contaminated. The moon is being bombarded with solar radiation, cosmic radiation, every second of every day of our days. It's for millions of years. It's just been up there being bombarded, and astronauts picked up rocks and brought them back to Earth. They didn't have, okay, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't have special vacuum cases of lead that they put these rocks inside the lunar lander and then brought it back to the orbital, okay? They were in bags, regular bags. You're not gonna sell it. Before you try to defend yourself that you know more about radiation than the most common thinking person, watch the show Chernobyl. It's based on actual events that happened. They talk about the pulsation of radiation and how they travel at the speed of light. And that radiation is hitting everybody at every second of every moment that they're out there. Exposure has nothing to do with it because once you're in the vicinity, you are dead. You are DED. DE80. DED. Anyway, but and the thing is, it's based on true events. So that's just one type of radiation. Tritium, plutonium, whatever it was. It's just one type. And in the cosmos, there's all kinds of radiation. Worse shit than the shit that we have in reactors. Ugh. People. Ugh. Grow up. Anyway, to all you people who know better, let's sip one together. To all of the responders. Hey, and I'd like to give out a shout out to Memorial Herman in the Woodlands who took care of me. Had some great nurses that went out of their way. I didn't complain the whole time, but they were helping me, giving me meds, taking care of me. This is a big salute to all the emergency people out there. Thank you for your service. I love every one of you. Those ladies were fantastic. They took care of me and everything. I can't remember any of the names. I know there was Sarah, Shaniqua, Stephanie, Susan, all you girls, I really appreciate everything you did for me. I don't even know if you're going to watch this, but it'd be cool if you did. Anyway, it was a good shout out. So, hey, I got a show. We got a movie. I'm working for studio production called Havoc 114 with Teamwork Productions. We make films, but we're all veterans in the military, and we're making a zombie movie, and we're going to release tonight a special video that I think everybody will like. So stick around, go to our website and check it out. I'll post the link on the Facebook page here. So for David, this is David for Team America signing off. Love you, God bless you, have a great day. Do your God-given duty and vote if you haven't done it yet, and wish you the best. Talk to you later.